and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very different video for you all, and this is going to be probably the most TMI that I've ever been. So yeah, that's right, I'm going to be talking about my Pap Test experience, which if you don't know what a Pap test is, you probably shouldn't be watching this. Basically, this is a test you do to check to make sure your downstairs is healthy. I'm going to be using some I don't know, I don't want to say explicit language because I don't think the word vagina is explicit, but I'm going to be using some terminology. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm really sorry, but I mean, once you get to this age, you should be able to say vagina. Am I right, people? So I want to talk to you guys about my Pap test experience, how it was. I know it's a really weird experience, and I think that it's really kind of a terrifying idea, especially when you have no idea what you're going into. But I'm not a doctor, I don't know absolutely everything. Your experience might be completely different than mine, but this was my experience, and I'm kind of just going to go over some tips that I have for your Pap test, also what to expect, and kind of what the procedure is, why you have a Pap test, all these things. So I had this requested, which I think is so funny because it's such a weird video, but I want to be as honest and open with you guys as I possibly can without being like, I pooped today, which I did poop today, but I think the first thing I want to mention is just quickly two things that I really will say just quickly. There's going to be someone looking at your vagina, so if you feel uncomfortable with the situation, you can request a female doctor. That's pretty simple. There's lots of female doctors nowadays. The second thing is shave your legs. I didn't actually think about this, which is really weird. This is totally me too. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna go get a Pap test, and you put your legs in these stirrups, and so all I could see were my hairy ass legs, and I was just like, next time I'm shaving. So shave your legs, and I don't recommend doing anything down there. I don't recommend waxing or anything. Just let it be. It's natural. I mean, you don't want to irritate it as much as that sounds disgusting, but you just don't want to irritate it, especially before an examination or something like this. I had my first Pap test actually over a year ago now, and I have my second one coming up in a month, and I thought that I would share sort of my first experience, which I mentioned before. I think I talked about this in my birth control video, I can't remember, but I mentioned I had sort of a weird experience where I went to get a refill of my birth control, and I was essentially told that I could not get any more birth control until I completed a Pap test. And I think I was 18 when I had my first one, and that's really young. So I was kind of just like, this is weird, I'm not really sure, but I really want my birth control, obviously. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, let's do this, booked a time, whatever. I was later told by a different doctor who actually did my examination that that doctor was not accurate, and that there's a few different rules or whatever about when you get a Pap test. Usually you start getting them at the maximum age of 21. So you'll go to a gynecologist, you'll do your thing, and you do one once every 3 or 4 years or something like that, depending on your condition. Other people who are sexually active should start doing Pap tests right away, just to make sure you're being safe. And essentially what a Pap test is looking for is to make sure that your vagina is healthy, make sure everything in there is healthy, and make sure that you don't have any STIs, sexually transmitted infections, if you guys don't know. And if you're being sexually active, that is a risk that you obviously are taking, because you never know. So I was told that I was actually really young to be getting one, but they're gonna do it anyways, just make sure I was healthy, and I had a year's worth of birth control. That was it. I had my Pap test. So basically the procedure, I was asked right away, it's do you want a female doctor? If you want a female doctor, it's gonna take a little bit longer, wait time. And I was like, you know what, I really don't care. I don't know, I think I would feel more uncomfortable if it was a female, to be honest with you. I just trusted this doctor. I really felt like I trusted him, and you know, he's a doctor, you know what I mean? He's trained to do this. So I had a male, and in my clinic, I don't know if they always do this, but when it's a male doctor working with a female patient, they have a female nurse present. So there was a female nurse in the room with me, and that was really nice. Even though I wasn't uncomfortable necessarily, it was nice to have another female there. So I don't know really how much detail I'm supposed to give here, because it's kind of nasty. I mean, it's not, well, basically you lay down on the bed in the clinic, and there's these two stirrups that come up, and essentially it's just a very simple examination. I'm not sure if all doctors do it the same, but they basically they open it up and they look inside to make sure everything is healthy, is basically what it is. They use a little contraption, opens it up. It's really quick, probably 5 minutes. I mean, the most uncomfortable part is probably taking your clothes off and being like, oh man, someone's gonna look at my vagina right now. Hope there's nothing nasty in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably the weirdest part for me at least. And then afterwards you're done and you're good to go. And my doctor was really good because I've never had mine and I was alone. I would recommend bringing your mom, bring a sister, bring a friend, bring whoever you feel comfortable with. I went alone, and so I was kind of like, can you like explain to me what you're doing? I have never had this done before. I just want to know like what's going on. So it was really nice. He explained to me what he was looking for. He explained to me what he was doing, and it was a really comfortable process. I have absolutely no complaints about the process whatsoever. It does not hurt at all. Do not worry. It does not hurt. It is slightly uncomfortable. It's not anything to freak out about. It really isn't. I would say that it's just something you should do. If you're really scared of doing it and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it because I'm scared, don't worry about it. Your health is way more important than anything like that. And you have to remember that these people aren't just like random people off the street who are looking into your vagina. It's like a trained professional who's done this millions of times and it's just like, oh, another vagina, another day. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I would say about getting over that sort of awkwardness, having someone there you feel comfortable with. I mean, I went by myself because I honestly did feel comfortable enough where I wasn't concerned about it. Like, it's just something that we should be doing. Yes, I'm having another one in about a month and hopefully nothing crazy happens, which I don't want anything crazy to happen, so just cross your fingers it doesn't. And if you see sweat dripping down me right now, that's because I'm literally dying. So hot. The weather has not changed. I mentioned in my last video, and if you were like, oh, I hope it gets cooler, it hasn't. I'm literally still sweating my ass off. So yeah, that's basically it. Pretty uneventful, and I hope I answered and kind of like gave you enough detail. I do these sorts of videos not to be like, oh my god, yeah, it's so fun, because it's not a fun experience. It's not something you look forward to, like circle in your calendar like, yes, I can't wait. But it's necessary, and I think it's really important to take care of your body and to be mindful of your body, and to do the best you can with what you have, and to, like, these are the sort of things where they look for like cancer. That is basically everything that I have to share today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was a little bit TMI, a little bit too much. But if I didn't answer any of your questions, you can leave them as comments down below, or if you feel uncomfortable, you can always message me on Instagram or on Twitter. I'll have both those things linked down below, because I don't think YouTube has Messenger anymore. Like a message system? I'm not sure. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.